Hello guys, welcome to my PP channel, your programming pod where you can learn everything about the computer science. This is for the 9th class. Today I am taking the class of 9th and here we are discussing about the basics of operating system. Last chapter we have completed, that is types of the software. And you have already learned about the operating system, what is the operating system and what is the role of the operating system, and in this chapter we will learn about the operating system in detail. Okay, so what is operating system? An operating system is a program which acts as an interface between a user and the hardware. But before understanding this definition, you have to learn about the component of the computer system. In the previous chapter we have discussed we have 4 components in our computer system, that is computer hardware, operating system, application program, and the last one is V, that is user. A user, when they interact with your computer system, these 3 things playing this role at their position. Okay, so for understanding the operating system, we have to know when user interact with the hardware, they use some application program, and these application program control and organized by your operating system, and this operating system control according to this instruction your computer hardware. So operating system is the major component of your computer system. So let's understand what is the interface and why we are calling the interface between user and the hardware, because you can see these application program and user, we and this computer hardware, we have the middle interface, that is operating system, by which we can interact with our computer hardware. Computer hardware, that means we have discussed earlier what that is your keyboard, monitor or mouse. So we can use them. We have discussed about the hardwares earlier in chapters. So they are directly controlled by your software, and these software is we can say this software is controlled by this operating system. So this is the interface by which user interact with your hardware. Now your operating system provides some specific services to your computer system, that is we have lots of services here which is done by your operating system. What is it? Program execution, handling input-output operation, manipulation of file system, error detection and the handling, resource allocation, accounting, information and resource protection, and providing user interface. So for understanding the operating system in deeply, we have to know these services first. So let us learn about these services in detail. So first we have program execution. So operating system responsible for executing various programs. Various programs include user program or system program, or you can say user program to system program. What kind of program? Like printer, spooler. I'm writing here. Name server or many other file server. Yes. These are some kind of activity which are encapsulated in some process, and these processes controlled by your operating system, that how to load in these activities in your system, how to execute them, how to handle them. These are only and only controlled by your operating system. So operating system not only play a role of interface, it provide you the services as a execution of the program. Like you are giving some instructions, so how to execute them, which process required to executing them. So these all these things are controlled by your operating system. Now come to the another point. So next one is what? Handling input output operation. What is it? Here operating system is responsible for handling the various input whatever you are giving in your computer in appropriate manner. That means like you are inputting some data with your keyboard, you are inputting some data with your mouse, or I can say if you are targeting printer to give input to give output, and you are inputting instruction to your printer. So in such a process, the operating system use different procedure for handling these input instruction. Like if you are typing, so it is necessary your operating system would be responsible for for taking all the input whatever you are typing with your keyboard. And if you are using your mouse for giving instruction, they are using some another process, different process for handling this, for handling the direction, double click, one click, or right clicks. For understanding these clicks, operating system use different procedure. Okay, like another example, if you are giving some input for targeting your printer, you are giving some output to your printer. So for that procedure, your operating system use another process. Okay, so for each kind of input, operating system is responsible that it should be taken by your system in appropriate manner. Whatever user want to show on the system, it should be handle with your operating system. Another thing, third one is manipulation of file system. So this task involves the making of decision regarding to the storage. Like if you want to store some file in the particular folder, where it can be stored, where it can be write, the full decision depends on the operating system. So storage only and only this task is done by your operating system. That if you are writing some data and storing in your file particular folder, so this decision only depends on your operating system, where your file should be stored and where it should be stored in, it is storing in that particular folder or not. So these are the some special tasks of your operating system. So error detection is another task of the operating system. That is what kind of error? Like sometime you are giving lots of instruction to your computer system, and you are waiting for a time that how many times it will take, for how long time it will take for completing these tasks. So some error which is it can be appear in your CPU, input output devices, in your memory. So you are unable to access the data. So these kind of error which is present in your process time, it totally handled by your operating system. Fifth one is resource allocation. So this task aims at proper use of resource available. For understanding this task, for understanding this process, we can take one example that we have one printer, and we are giving our computer system to print lots of file. So your operating system will decide which file should be go first and in which manner it should be printed. Got it? So every manner, every process which is handled by your operating system in the resource allocation, resource as name as printer, any scanner, anything, any peripheral devices which are we are allowing them to access to all your computer system, and we are giving some instruction to give the print, to scan the data. So your operating system decided that which file should be go first, which file should be print first, everything everything related to your resource allocation, it is totally controlled by your operating system. Next, another remaining services we will discuss in the next video. Thank you class. If you have any doubt, then you can ask in live interaction or you can comment here. Got it? Thank you everyone.